And welcome back, YouTube. This is BoosterBoxBuster here with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a full game review on the video game Icey for the Nintendo Switch Entertainment System. Developed by Shanghai FantaBlade Network Technology Corporation and published by XD Network Inc. Icey is a 2D side-scrolling hack-and-slash game in which you take control of the main character, Icey. Now, Icey is on a mission to destroy the one and true evil of this particular game world, named Judas. And honestly, that's as much as the game really tells you for a little while. That you don't get much more information than that until later in the game. On your journey, you are guided by a narrator. Now, this narrator is kind of integral to the story, and also the longevity and the playtime of the game. It also incorporates a lot of humor. If you find the narrator annoying and you just want to play the main core gameplay, you're going to be missing out on a lot of this game, so please keep that in mind. If you're just in it for the hack-and-slash gameplay, and you don't want to hear the funny antics of the narrator, then you will not enjoy this game near as much as you should. And you'll be missing out on a lot of the story and a lot of the breaking of the fourth wall as well. So please keep that in mind when you buy this game. If you don't like funny humor, breaking the fourth wall, the narrator killing you oftentimes, in which when you die to the narrator, it will actually reveal part of the story. You will definitely not enjoy this game near as much as you should. So with that said, the combat in this game is divided into a few different types of attacks. You got the light attacks, which you use with Y, and you can combo with that. X gives you the heavy attacks, which are slower but deal more damage. B will allow you to jump, and you can indeed double jump in this game, and you can start a combo in mid-air, which is kind of cool. You have power attacks, which you can do by comboing. You can dash with the R trigger. And the final attack that you could do is the finisher, which basically once you deal enough damage to an enemy, you will be able to kill them. It sounds like a lot to take in, and it sounds like a pretty deep system, but actually, it's pretty simple. If you just hammer on the Y and X button, you could pretty much beat most of the game with just hammering on Y, X, and throw a few dashes in there from time to time. That's pretty much what the game boils down to.
Oh, more soldiers sent by Judas to stop Icey.
No.
Kill them.
So I'm going to play a little bit of the game here just to kind of show you. To activate the finisher, you press A, and then when you have any leftover bits on screen like that, you could hold the Y button and do like a power charge attack, and pretty much anything on your visible screen, when Icey activates that attack, will get heavily damaged. And another cool thing about this game... Oh. Actually, let me go backwards a little bit. Is at the save and checkpoints of each level, you can also go into the menu and upgrade your attacks. Now, I upgraded most of it already, so it's no mystery. But, you can upgrade attacks, which allow the attacks to deal more damage. Certain attacks are actually locked until you buy them, so you do have to buy certain attacks in order to pull off the combos. And then at the bottom here, you have basically abilities that will help Icey. Like you can increase her health, increase her shield, increase perception, which is kind of a cool little feature. Basically, if you dash through an enemy right as they are attacking you, you can activate basically a finisher. On a weaker enemy, it'll instantly kill it. On a stronger enemy, it will deal a lot of damage to it and release orbs with that attack. So it's kind of cool. And regeneration will basically help Icey regenerate. Honestly, this is probably the least useful ability, in my opinion, because once you activate a finisher, you recover quite a bit of health as is, so regeneration is probably one of the worst things to invest in my opinion. Now, one complaint I'm going to throw out here right now is while the graphics and character design for the main characters are beautiful, the enemy design is sparse. They reuse the same enemies in the common battles like this constantly. You'll face a lot of this like bipedal, like little tiny dinosaur type thing. You'll face a lot of those stupid mechanical birds that are super annoying. You'll face a lot of these like giant robots that are just two giant arms, and then his upgraded version, which is pretty much the giant arms with a giant body. You'll face a lot of the same enemies, which is a bit unfortunate, so the variety isn't quite there. But the boss variety is pretty fun for what the bosses present to you. Now let's talk quickly about the actual game difficulty. So when you start the game, well, I should say when you start the game with the narrator option, you will be given 2 choices. And when you are given those choices, you're basically given 2 answers to answer the question with. Depending on which you choose will determine your difficulty. If you choose the 2 on the left, you'll get the hard difficulty. If you choose the 2 on the right, you'll get easy. If you choose one of each, you'll get medium difficulty. So that's kind of a neat little way to insert a difficulty option there. And you can restart, by the way, you can restart difficulty if you did not like the difficulty you got, just by running into the store until the narrator lets you back in.
Icey is waiting, but she knows not what for.
Basically, just continue to make the narrator attack, and then he will eventually open the doors to let you re-choose your difficulty, which is kind of a cool little feature. And to be honest, if you play the game on easy or normal to start with, even on normal difficulty, which I started with, you'll be able to pretty much beat most of the game without too much difficulty. There's one boss toward the end of the game that's really difficult, but other than that boss, you'll pretty much be able to beat the game without too much worry. So that's kind of nice. One other thing, the music for this game is very spot on. It's not over the top, but it's not bad. It fits the mood of each stage and each level. I like it quite a bit. And let's take care of this little mechanical bipedal dinosaur type thing here. And booyah! Love doing that. So the game controls are just very solid, like I told you. B to jump, Y to light attack, X to dark attack, A to pull off the finisher, and R to dash. Very intuitive, very natural. I like it a lot. So no issues with the game controls. I didn't experience any glitches or any bugs for this game, so that's also a good note. The big thing about this game, longevity. It is a short game. If you don't do any of the narrator or trophy challenges in this game, you'll probably be able to finish it within 2, maybe 3 hours tops. If you do all the narrator stuff and do all the trophies, you can almost double that time to almost probably about 6 hours worth of gameplay, 6 to 7 hours worth of gameplay, which is fantastic for a game like this. It definitely deserves to be played to its fullest if you play it. One thing I particularly enjoyed about this game, for messing around with the narrator, was his trophy rant in the totally empty room. Trust me, if you're going to mess with the narrator once, definitely do it there. Another good part, which is a completely optional part of the game, but I completely advise you to do it, is the theater. The theater, it's right before the final level, before you go into the tower. It's completely optional and you can easily miss it, but I advise you to do it because there's so much goodness in that particular theater. You have a lot of breaking of the fourth wall there, and a lot of like behind the scenes like game development stuff, and it's definitely highly advised to go to the theater on your playthrough of this particular game. Plus there's a hidden boss there too, so why wouldn't you want to do it? So with that said, overall, I say this is a very solid game.
Illuminated by light dancing off from the lake below. She is at peace.
Definitely worth picking up, especially if you can find it on sale. If you don't enjoy humor, if you want to just get straight to the action and you don't like break into the fourth wall type stuff, like I said, this game's not for you. Come on. I hit that guy. Really? There we go. Sorry about that. That was just me sucking it up there. I sucked up really hard. But yeah, I definitely do recommend this game. If you enjoy humor, if you can get it on sale, it's a no-brainer. The graphics are gorgeous, as you could tell right here. And this is just stage 1. The gameplay is solid. The narrator is funny. If you enjoy trophy hunting, if you enjoy humor, and if you enjoy just a good, solid, if short, action game, I definitely recommend picking it up. With all that said, my final verdict for Icey is an 8 out of 10. It definitely gets points for being humorous, it definitely gets points for being a gorgeous, tight controlling, good music game, but the length is definitely a drawback. And, you know, I just wish it was longer. I wish it had a little bit more meat to the bone. It kind of reminds me of those, like, old school beat-em-up games that were short, but fun. So, final verdict, 8 out of 10. With that said, this has been Booster Box Buster reviewing the video game Icey on the Nintendo Switch Entertainment System. Let me know what you think of this game in the comments down below. Signing out.